Hi everyone, I'm John Seigenthaler. Today we're talking about a new book. It's called Why Are There Snowblowers in Miami? Transform your business using the 5 principles of engagement. And the author is Stephen Goldstein. Welcome, Steve.
Thanks, John. Good to be here.
It's one of those titles where you think, what's this book about? Why the title?
The title actually came from a real story. I was working as an executive at Sears. I was running the credit card business 20 years ago. And I had to go give a speech in Miami in February. And I went into the store, and in the lawn and garden center, I saw all the normal things you'd see. Gas barbecues, lawnmowers, rakes and shovels, patio furniture, and I saw 4 snowblowers. And I went over in Miami, and I went over to them, and I introduced myself to a salesman whose name was Pete, and I just said to him, Pete, why are there snowblowers in Miami? It just came out, and he proceeded to tell me this crazy story that for 30 years, they would ship the snowblowers there, send them back in April, and they were doing it for 30 years. And you know, in golf, when you play a friendly round, you get 1 mulligan. But 30 mulligans you don't get. And so it seemed to me that this was really a metaphor for corporate dysfunction.
So what's the one suggestion that you think would make a difference for leaders of companies?
Get out of your office. I tell people there is nothing good that happens in your office, nothing. And you need to get out and you need to meet with employees who, after all, are the people who interact with your customers. They know what's going on. You just have to ask them. And not only do they know what's going on, they have suggestions about what to change.
You talk about meeting madness. So what's the problem with meetings in corporate America these days?
The meeting situation is broken. Anybody can call a meeting. Anybody can request who should come to the meeting. There's no formal process like there is for every other business process. There's typically no agenda. People read to each other. You know, they use PowerPoint presentations, commonly called decks. They read, the person who's presenting reads the deck to the assembled as if they don't know how to read. And that's a tremendous waste of time. What I've done, as an example, is I've made sure the materials go out 2 days before. People are told, you must familiarize yourself with these materials. And the nature of the conversation is to discuss the essence of what's in the document, leading towards making a decision. Because we're not here just to read to each other, we're here to either inform people or make a decision.
You talk about unleashing your team in the book. What do you mean by that?
I think what I mean by that is, you know, a lot of people, and again, I don't think they consciously say this, but they think of their people as a cost. That's very different than thinking about them as an asset. And if you realize that people have thoughts, they have ideas, they're not just coming to work every day to earn a paycheck. They'd like to contribute in some way. If you reach out to them and you engage them, and then you can find out that these people actually can get things done in a very different way. That's what I mean by unleashing, because there's a leveraging effect. There's many more of them than there are of you.
If you want to learn more about the book, you can go to StephenDGoldstein.com, and of course, it is available on Amazon.